Okay, recording started. Okay, let's take a look at this. Okay, you give me 5 minutes to settle down. I talk to my father first. Okay, I'm sorry. Give me 5 minutes. My father needs my urgent attention. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Hello, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah. So sorry about it. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Okay, let me take out my writing pad. So by the way, have you had your vaccination?
Yes.
Oh, so fast.
Yeah.
Oh, how many shots?
One.
One. When is your second shot?
July. August 20 something.
Good. Okay, good. So at least you have one shot. All right. Okay, let's come back to this. Okay, so far so good. Very good. We are looking at Nan Hua. So okay, good. So for MCQ, yes, you have to get your MCQ correct. Okay, so that the chance of getting 90 plus is very high if you can get paper one MCQ correct. Okay, next. Okay, so far so good. So I don't see big problems with you for these very simple questions. All right. What's this? Mark the angles that are equal to angle A. So you mark this angle, is it? You mark E, is it? Did you mark this? You need to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. So it says mark the angles. So basically, so only one. I'm not sure. I'm asking. What do you think?
I think it means either one or many because they can tell you.
Yes. So what I'm trying to say is, have you explored more than one?
Yeah.
Oh, so basically you have already explored the possibility of another angle, but somehow you just can't find out another angle that is equal to A.
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. So okay lah. So I just take this opportunity to talk about this the figure rhombus, and of course parallelogram. Okay, so for rhombus is all sides are equal. Okay, very good. All sides are equal, and then all sides are equal, and opposite angles are the same. So opposite angles are the same. So let me use a different color to differentiate. Okay, and then another thing is this line here, it actually cuts this angle into half. Okay, so this diagonal line here cuts the angle into half. So I will say this is angle 1, then this will be angle 1, then this is angle 1, this is also angle 1. Okay, so if this is angle 1, this is angle 1, so basically this is your 180 minus 2 angle 1s. Okay, so similarly, so let me use a different color to differentiate the two. Okay, so okay, this one also 180 minus 2 angle 1s. Okay, then next over here you have a parallelogram, which is a F. So for parallelogram, if I'm not wrong, opposite sides must be the same. So basically this side and this side is the same, right? Okay, then opposite sides are the same. So can I ask you, so is this side and this side is the same as well? Okay, opposite sides are the same. So this is a, so this angle and this angle is the same. Okay, and this, okay, so opposite angle, so this is this one and this one is the same. And this one, okay, can I ask you, does this line here cuts the angle into half? Does this line here cut the angle into half?
Not possible to tell.
Okay, let me just draw a parallelogram. This is PowerPoint. Okay, with this, let me get a parallelogram out. Okay, let me just exaggerate it a bit. Okay, then insert a line. Okay, so with this example, I think you can clearly see this diagonal line does not cut the angle into two halves. Okay, so not necessary. I will say not always true. Okay, not always true. Okay, so this, whether this angle and this angle is the same, in this case, I will say not possible to tell. Yes, and it's not true, or it is not true. It's not always true. Okay, so therefore, so since this one is equal to this one, then yeah, so that's it. Only one angle. Okay, so there are no more angles. Okay, okay, good. Is this correct? It should be, right? Very simple one. Okay, but anyway, you might see this as a divide. Okay, or this can be the what? How come the way you write this is so strange? It should be this. When you divide by this, basically you times and you flip it. Okay. So I don't know why you can make this mistake. So it should be 21. Okay, this can be 21. Okay, so this is I don't know why you cross these two. Okay, so it should be 21. The answer for this. Yeah, if I take it as a divide sign. Okay, question 22. So it says works from this daily. Then how many hours did he work in total from Monday to Saturday? Okay, so basically you just need to from Monday to Saturday. So one day, how many hours? So basically you start from 8:30. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. So 5 p.m. is 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.5. Okay, so 8.5 hours per day. So how many hours did he work in total from Monday? So you just count Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 8.5 times 6. Okay. Okay. How come you did not get this correct? Do you not understand the question? Hello. How come this question? 22.
I think I didn't times 6.
Yeah, you didn't times 6 because they are asking for total hours from Monday to Saturday. So you have to times 6. Okay. Okay, so another common mistake is, so a lot of students, right, they look at Monday to Saturday. You know what they think? They think 6 minus 1. So total 5 days. Wrong, don't do it this way. Okay, once you list them down, you realize you have 6 days here. Okay, it's just like number 1 to number 9. How many numbers are there? Okay, there are 9 numbers. Okay, there are 9 numbers from 1 to 9. Okay, not you don't go and do 9 minus 1. End up with 8. Wrong. You don't do it this way. Okay, this is a very common mistake. This one is a very common mistake. Okay, don't do it this way. Okay, list the days down or list the numbers down, then you just count them one by one. Okay, that's the this is a much safer way to get the number of days, number of weeks. Okay. Okay. Oops. How come yours looks a bit weird? Let's see how to do this question. It says what the figure below shows a cuboid A. So draw a cuboid with a volume twice that of cuboid A. Okay. So okay, pretty simple. So you just need to find out what is the volume for this. Okay, so it's 2 times 2 times 3. So it's 12, right? So twice the volume. So you just need to get a 24. Okay, so you just need to get a 24. So how you get a 24? So it's really up to you. So yours.
So do I only have the times to one side?
Yes, you're right. You're right. So basically, right, a lot of students, they might think, oh, I need to times 2 here, I need to times 2 here, I need to times 2 here. If you do this, that means you double each. Okay, we call this the LBH. You can times this each by 2, you are going to increase the volume by 8 times. Okay, so don't do it this way. I mean, intuitively, you might be thinking, oh, I should do it this way. But when you go and figure out, you are actually getting 8 times, which is not what the question wants. Okay, so that's the reason why I asked you to figure out the volume first, which is 12, and then twice the volume of this cuboid A. So basically, they are asking for a volume of 24 units cube. So you just have to get a volume of 24. How you do it? You can make this constant. Constant means remain the same. 3, 2. Then you can increase this by 2. That's one way. Okay. Or you can even increase this by 2. I mean, basically, you just increase one of the dimensions by 2. One of them by 2. Okay. Then you will get 2 times the volume. All right. Okay, so for your this one doesn't look correct at all. Okay, so of course another thing is you need to try to sketch your this figure within this space. Okay, you cannot draw it out of the space. So I think you can actually extend this to 2 times. Okay, 2 times 2 units, and then the rest should remain the same. Okay, so basically you just adjust it accordingly so that you have enough space. Okay, so just I think it's pretty simple. Okay, so remember this. So don't make this mistake here. Okay, this is a very common mistake. Okay, so just get just times 2 to get the volume, and then you realize that you just have to double one of the dimensions. Okay, good. Next. Okay, so once again, sketch in the square below. This is straight line, so form 2 sides of the trapezium. So this is 2 sides, and BCD is this is a right angle. Complete the drawing ABCD. Okay, pretty easy. So you just need to make sure that this side is parallel to this side. Okay, so how you do it? Okay, so you can actually do it by actually a few ways. So one of them is, of course, you use 2 rulers. So you use 2 rulers. Okay, so you just move the ruler down, move this ruler down to get this. Okay, so yeah, this is one way to do it. Yeah, okay, good enough. Or another way is you just need to make sure that this angle is equal to this angle. Okay, you can use the protractor. You measure this angle. Okay, to make sure that these 2 angles are the same. Once you can make sure that, then these two lines are parallel to each other. Okay. So I see something overshot here. Okay, so you're not supposed to have any overshot. Okay, so please erase this. Okay, strictly speaking, you're not supposed to have this. So strictly speaking, you should erase this part. You should erase this part. Okay. When you do sketch or drawing, right, I strongly encourage you to use a pencil. Okay, so when you use a pencil, you can do adjustment, you can erase. Okay, but once you use pen, if you make a mistake, then it's almost irreversible unless you use liquid paper. But actually, liquid paper is not allowed during exams. Okay, so use a pencil for drawing and sketching. Okay, the question 27. Good. This is okay. This is good. Anything wrong with this? Let's see. So it says in the figure below, ABC is an equilateral triangle. ABC. Okay, good. So equilateral. Done. So all 60 equilateral. Okay, then this is 90. And then therefore this is 45. Okay, because this is 90. And this is our I source. And what they ask, then okay, good. So it says ADB, where's ADB? ADB, which is here. This angle is smaller than DBA. Why? Okay, so why you think this statement is false? Can I ask? Why you think this statement is false? That means why you think is ADB is not smaller than. Any idea? You need to unmute yourself to answer. Hello, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah. So why you think this statement is false? What makes you think so, by the way?
I forgot.
You forgot what?
I forgot why I thought that way.
Okay, so instead of looking at that figure, so let me just create another figure, similar figure. So let's say you have this, and so this is the base. Over here, this is the base. So this is the base. Okay, and if you extend this out, right? You extend this out. So let me draw one more. You extend this out. Okay, so if you have this as the base, so you have this as the base. This one is the base. Okay, so this angle here, if you try to extend it, okay, so in fact the question already tell you this one is 60, right? Let me refer to the question one more time. Yes. So let me no field. Okay, so the question already tells you this, all these angles are 60 degrees. Okay, so what this question means is if you use the same base and you extend this line and you extend this line and they meet at one point. Okay, they meet at one point. So over here, this is where they meet now. Actually, they can meet any point. They can meet here or they can meet here. Okay, anywhere they meet. Okay, and you will realize what? You will realize. So let me just get the other two triangle just to give you some perspective. Okay, so you realize that no matter what, all this angle here, okay, has to be smaller than the angle next to the base. Okay, so if you are talking about this angle, it has to be smaller than this angle. Okay. And actually, right, this question is worth worth exploring further, not just answering the question. Okay, let me just get this question out once again. I just want to talk a little bit. Let's take a deep dive more into this question. So this is an equilateral triangle. So you have 60 here. So this is also 60, and you have 60. And if you take this as the base, right? Okay, what you are going to realize is the next, let's say you take this as the base, the next triangle you form, unless you're going to do this, okay, so unless you're going to do this, actually, I would say no matter what. Okay, let me show you a few scenario, a more extreme one. So this is this line here is touching this side. So this is one scenario. Another scenario. The third scenario. Good. Okay, so basically you have three scenarios here. So scenario 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what I'm trying to explore here is this. You will realize that scenario 1, 2, and 3. Okay, this, let me call this angle 1, angle 2, angle 3. You realize that angle 1 and angle 2 and angle 3, they are all less than 60 degrees. Okay, I hope you realize that they are all less than 60 degrees. Okay, that's one thing. So that means as long as you extend this, as long as you take this as the base, okay, and you are going to extend the line out into a distance where they meet. Okay, you will have angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, three scenarios. All the angles will be smaller than 60 degrees. Okay, that's the number one thing to note. Then another thing to note is this angle at the side. I mean, this I call this the base angle on the left. So if you are looking at the red, the blue color, the blue triangle, so you have this angle. And if you are looking at the orange triangle, you are looking at this angle. If you are looking at the black, the black triangle, you are looking at this angle. Okay, for the left side angle. So what you realize is all these three angles. So let me call this the base angle of 1, 2, and 3. So it's the base left angle of figure 1, 2, 3. They are at least bigger or equal to 60 degrees. Okay. Okay. So similarly, the base right side angle of 1, 2, and 3. So they are all bigger or equal to 60 degrees. I'm talking about this. If you're looking at the black one, you should be looking at this. you are talking about the orange one, you should be looking at this. If you look at the blue one, you should be looking at this. So all these three angles, they are at least bigger or equal to 60 degrees. So therefore, you should get the question, why this statement here is actually true. Okay, the reason is ADB is here. Okay, is definitely smaller than 60. Okay, it's definitely smaller than 60. So if it's definitely smaller than 60, so therefore this angle here is definitely more than 60. So that's why. So the reasoning here is this angle ADB is smaller than 60 degrees, and the angle ABD or DBA is definitely more than 60. Okay, so because of these two reasons, therefore, this angle ADB is smaller than angle DBA. So if they ask you to prove, right, this is the proof. Okay, this is the proof. This statement is true. This statement is true. Okay, so this is the proof. All right, so we have demonstrated this with these three cases also. All right, Ken?
Okay.
Good. So next. All right, so start of paper 2 of Nan Hua. Okay, let's look at this. What's wrong with this? So at a camp, the boys and the girls are divided into groups of 18. Divided into groups of 18. So basically you have so if they say group of 18, so the number of girls for courtesy is 10. So that means the boys will be 8, right? Am I right? So therefore the boys will be 6 here. The boys will be 9 here. And then of course this is question mark. Am I right or not? Yes. So 3/8 of the participants are boys. So 3/8 of the participants. So basically you have this okay, so you cannot use question mark and question mark, because I think ultimately you will end up with a simultaneous equation. So I'm going to use X here. So therefore Y is here. So what you can get is X plus Y has to be 18, because groups of 18. That's the first equation. And then the second equation is, so 3/8 of the participants are boys. So basically you add up 8, 6, Y, 9. So it's 8, 6 plus Y plus 9. This one is actually 3/8 of the total. Okay, so what is the total? The total is how many groups? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 times 18. So the total is 72. Okay, so therefore you can get Y already. So this is 9 and this is 27. So does it make sense? So 14, 9. So 23. So Y equals to 4. Yeah. So Y equals to 4. Then if Y equals to 4, then groups of 18, then this has to be 14. Yeah. Does it make sense? Does it make sense now? Okay, good. So yeah, so this is the way to solve this question. Okay. Next. Okay, what's wrong with this? So it says the usual price of television share during a sale. Okay, good. So this is something to do with the percentage. And they talk about discount, then they talk about GST. Okay, so let's see. We have talked about percentage before, but we have not talked about discount and then GST. So let's take this as opportunity. Okay, good. Okay, good. So, okay, the usual price of television. So this is the starting price. And then the price of the television set was reduced by 30%. So this is reduced by 30%. So you need to pay 70%. Okay. And then Jessie bought the television set during the sale. Okay. She also paid an additional 7% GST on the discounted price. Okay, then it makes sense. Okay. So the thing is you need to make sure that this 7% is where you apply the 7%. That's the key. Okay, that's the key. Where you are when 7% GST will be applied. Okay, in this case, the 7% GST is on the discounted price, given this statement. So when you take the point, okay, so this is the discounted price, if I'm not wrong. Okay, then let me double check for you if this answer is correct or not. So 1750 times 0.7. So this is the discounted price. So the discounted price, you need to pay an additional 7%. So so let me times 1.07. Okay, good. So basically the person has to pay this amount. Then how much did JC pay for the television set in total? Then the answer should be this 1310.75. And how come you are not correct? It should be 1310.75. How come? How come? Can you help me check the answer at the back?
The answer is 310.
You have not finished speaking, then you mute yourself.
310.75.
Okay, so the 31.0.75 is the, I think it's the GST. Hey, no. The answer shouldn't be 310.75. Okay, so this answer is correct. Okay, so yep, so you did this question correctly. Okay, so the 7% are applied to the discounted price. So this 7% applied to the discounted price. Okay, so make sure you read the question carefully. Where the 7% GST is applied. Okay, sometimes the 7% GST is applied on the usual price. Okay, so in this case, the 7% GST is applied on the discounted price. Okay, so your answer is correct. Not 310. Okay, question 7, very good. Question 8, good. Question 9 is also good. Question 10 is good. Question 11, good. Question 12. Both tabs. Okay, fill the tank in 20. Fill the same tank in 30. So both tabs are turned on at the same time to fill the tank together. So how long will it take to? Okay, good. So I think you have no problem solving this question. Okay, so let me give you a modified question. Okay, let me give you a modified question. Let me get this question to a PowerPoint. Okay, so the modified question will be this. Tab A, tab B. I'm going to get a tank out. No field. Okay. Then going in, going in. And after both taps turn on for 5 minutes. Tap B turns off. So how many more minutes? How many more minutes can tap A fill the rest of the tank? Okay, good. Actually, how not how many more, just how many minutes can tap A fill the rest? Yeah, good. So can you try out this question? Okay. Okay, so first thing first, do you understand the question first in the first place?
Yes.
Okay, good. Then go ahead and attempt this question then.
Is it 7?
So your answer is 7 minutes. I don't know. So I also need to figure out on the spot. Okay, so I write down your answer first, 7 minutes. Okay, so let's do this question together. Okay, so first thing first, I need to find out what's the rate. So if tab A rate is actually 1/20, then tab B rate will be 1/30. Okay, and they work together for 5 minutes, right? So after both taps turn on for 5 minutes, yes. So they work together for 5 minutes. So I want to find out after 5 minutes, what is the fraction of the tank is filled. So so they work for 5 minutes. So what do we have? You can do it this way. So you have 1/4, 1/6. Then you have this is 3/12. This is okay, good. So you have 5/12. Okay, so after 5 minutes of tab A and tab B running together, you have, I mean, the tank is actually 5/12 filled. Okay, so 5/12 filled. So that means, so roughly, so this is 5/12 filled. So that means 7/12 is not filled. Okay, and then this 7/12 not filled is for tab A to do the filling up. Okay, so you have 7/12, which is volume. So basically the formula involved in this question is, so I just want to, your answer is 7. So the formula involved in this question is rate is equal to volume divided by time. Or you can actually use rate is equal to work done. The work done here is the volume of water, by the way, divided by time. So therefore, I take the work done or work yet to be done divided by the rate, which is 1/20. So you will end up with this. So you divide by 4, 5, divide by 4, 3. So you have 35/3. Then of course you can also so they ask for minutes, right? So this is the one in minutes. So if they ask for mixed number, then you can give them a mixed number. All right. So does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. So your answer 7 is not right. I don't. How do you get 7 actually? Okay. So first thing first, did you do this part or not?
Yes.
So if you get 5/12, so that means you know that 7/12 is left undone, right?
Yeah.
Then if you get the 7/12 undone here, so you just use this divide by the tab A rate. How come you get 7 minutes? How come?
I take the 7.
You take what?
The 7 of the 7/12.
Okay, you basically you just take 7 and then
Yeah, that's the answer.
7/12, and you're telling me you just take 7. Why you take the numerator? I mean, what makes you think that you should take the numerator?
Because the original question's answer is 12. So 7/12 is like the 12 is the I thought it was the total minutes it needs to take. So 7/12 is the time. The time tap. The time left for it to fill up. So yeah.
So okay, what you are trying to say is because they work together to fill up the tank is 12 minutes, right? The answer is right. So since they work together for 5 minutes, right? So that means the rest they need to take 7 minutes. Like minus, right? You just take this, you minus it, right? And then that's why you get 7 minutes. Am I right? Or
yeah.
Okay. So this 7 minutes is for them to work together. then 7 minutes. But now, one of the tab B is off. Then how can you say 7 minutes is the answer? 7 minutes is the answer if they work together. But in this case, tab A is turned off after 5 minutes. Okay, so once again, I want you to always because I think last week I talked about a similar question, which this formula is involved, and somehow you did not make use of this. You did not make use of the formula, but somehow you make use of the unit, or use the proportionality, the proportionality way of doing the question. It's just like, I remember last week we talked about, let's say 1 minute can produce I don't know, maybe two paper cranes, and then 5 minutes, therefore you can produce 10 paper cranes. So basically, what you have been using is you always use the proportionality way to figure out things. Okay, but what I want you to start using is, instead of using this one, okay, I'm not saying this is wrong, but it might not be able to help you solve harder questions. Okay, so stop using this anymore. Okay, stop using it. So make use of the rate is equal to either volume divided by time, or rate is equal to work done over time to solve questions. Okay, this, if you make use of the formula, it can help you solve harder questions like this. Okay, so the concept behind is basically you have this 7/12. You have 7/12 of the tank yet to be filled. So you take this work done, this work yet to be done, divide by the tab A rate, you will get the time needed to fill up the 7/12, right? So basically, ever since the beginning, I always make use of the formula. Okay, I always make use of the formula to solve this type of question. So I hope you also can start to use the formula to solve this type of question instead of using this kind of I don't know how to call this. But please don't use this. Okay, start to use the formula. Okay, always go back to the formula, then you should be able to solve the question easily. Okay, and most of the time you should be able to solve if you make use of the formula. All right. Okay, so question 12 is a very typical question. A lot of students should be able to solve, but the modified question here, I call this the modified question. Okay, this question is the slightly harder type of question of 12. So I also want you to be able to not only you need to solve 12, but hopefully you can solve 12 plus. Okay, 12 plus means harder. Okay, good. So remember, use the formula. Next, 13. Okay, good. So 14. So what's so interesting about 14? So let me see. Let me get it to a PowerPoint. Okay, so do you want to reattempt this question on your own first and see if you can get the answer, or you have something you don't understand about this question, that's why you don't get the answer?
I try again.
Please try again. Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
Okay, good. So that means after reattempting, still cannot figure out, right? Okay, so so by the way, or while you were doing your question, I have drawn something here. So basically, this is the rectangular room, and then on the one side, so basically, Mrs. Tan hangs triangles, okay, and then you have triangles on one side. Then on the other side, you have these photographs. So let me just continue to so-called decorate. So okay, so let me make this. Let me group them together. Good, paste. So then you have another 9 cm. Then you have another one. So 15 cm, 9 cm. Okay, good. Okay. I think I know what they want to test you already. So you have another. Okay. Yeah, subsequently. Okay. So you have 15 cm for the base, 15 cm, right? And then you have this 9 cm, 9 cm, 9 cm. Okay. So from one end to the other without leaving any gap as shown. Then, okay, good. She used 19 more photos than flat. Okay. So the concept here is the side of the wall is the same. I mean the length. So this length and this length is the same. Okay. And given the length, let me fill it up with black color. So given the same length, and it turns out that you use 19 more photos than flag. So basically, let's say if you assume you have used a U flag, let's say you assume you have used U flag, right? So if you use U flags, so basically you use U plus 19 photos. Am I right? Am I right or not?
Yes.
Okay, then therefore, if you use U flags, right? So the length of this side is actually 15 times U. Am I right? So similarly, over here, okay, one flag is, oh no, not flag. One photo is 9 cm. Two photo is 18. Three photo is 27. So you have this many photo, right? So you take 9 times U plus 19. That will give you the length, right? So can you see that this one and this one is the same? So with this equation, so 15U is equal to 9 times U plus 19. Then you can figure out what's U. Once you can figure out what's U, I think you can figure out the length of the room. Okay, can you help me figure out what's U given this equation? Or did I miss out anything? Did I miss out anything?
I don't think so.
2, 3, 4. So 1,
28.5.
2, 3, 4. So until here is okay. Hold on. So hold on. 5. So I need to add one more 9 actually. So it means instead of these many 9, I think I need to add one more 9. So okay, let's do without the plus 9 first. Okay, let's do without the plus 9. Is your u a whole number?
No.
Yeah. So I think we need to add one more 9. Yeah, because of this. Can you see here? There is this 9 that we never accounted for.
42.
So if you add a 9, u equals to
42.
good. So u equals to 42. Okay. So by the way, do you know why I add a 9 here? Because of this part.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So okay, just now when I finish this question and I ask you to solve, and somehow I can quickly sense that u is not a whole number, then okay, so I'm just trying to tell you how my brain works as well. Okay, everybody makes mistake, but how do you know you are making mistake? So let me explain to you my thought process just now. So just now I asked you to solve this part, right? I mean just this part without the plus 9, right? I can quickly see that 6u equals to something, which is like u is not a whole number. So once I get u is not a whole number, right, then I start to question myself. U has to be a whole number. So then I start to ask myself, did I miss out anything? Then I look at the diagram here. Then I suddenly realize I miss out this 9. Oh, so that's why I say 8. So most likely we need to add a 9. Okay, so I have explained to you my thought process. So I hope next time you also do the same thing, even when you make mistakes. Okay, so u equals to 42. So u equals to 42. Then okay lah. Then you can just take 15 times 42. That will give you the length of this of the room. Okay, they ask you the length of the room. So basically they ask for this black color one, right? So they are asking for this part, right? That's called the length, right? Okay. So can you help me check whether 15 times 42 is the final answer the same as this? Is it the same? 15 times 40. 630. Is the answer 630?
It's 4.5 meters.
Ooh. It should be 6.3 then. Okay, let me see. Okay, let's double check this part. So let's double check this part together. So this one is, so you have this many flag. So you have one, okay, this many flag, so you times 9, no problem. Then you add another 9, no problem. So let me solve this together. Let me solve this with the plus 9. Let's let me double check. You have 15u, then you have 9u, then you have 9 times 19 plus 9, 180. So you have no 6u equals to 180. So u is 30. What? How come your u is how come your u is 42? U is supposed to be 30, right? If you solve it. How you get 42? I get 30. Hello, how you get 42? I get 30. This. Hello, how you get 42? It's supposed to be 30. Okay, so 30 times, so 30 times 15. Yeah. Okay, show me how. Are you trying to write something on the screen to show me how? Unless you tell me you use 19 plus 9 lah, which is 28, which is not the case. My plus 9 is out of the bracket. 9U, 171, 171 plus the 9, so therefore I get 180. Okay? Okay, Ken. So definitely you make a careless mistake then. Okay, we take a 5-minute break. Then we come back, shall we?
Okay.
Yeah, so go and take a break. Then I will go and get my drink and use my washroom. Okay, see you in 5 minutes. Let me know when you are back.
I'm back.
Okay, good. Why you like your this virtual background? Huh?
It's my only virtual background.
You're using an iPad or
My computer.
oh okay. Okay, never mind. Next, let's go to the next question. Oh, this one looks familiar. Okay, good. 16. Yeah, question 16 about strategy, okay? So you should get it right. Question 17, giveaway. We practice this question many times. Yeah, you should be able to get it correct. Okay, so you see, I hope you start to see how useful that formula is. Okay, of course. Okay. I hope you see this. This is 3, then this is 2, and then this is 3. Okay, but I think if you take the odd number, okay, the difference is the same. All 5. Okay, so the I will say number pattern version 1.0 is this type 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8. So that means they straight away they will give you the difference is all the same. This is called number pattern version 1.0. Okay, so the slightly harder one is, I call it the version 2.0, is this type. Okay, so you have to do slightly more work, okay, to get the same difference. Okay, then yeah. Okay, good. So okay, so we are done with Nan Hua. Okay, so let's move on to the next paper. Okay, so we are looking at Methodist girls. Okay, very good. So question 1, 2, 3, 4, nice. 5 is good, 6 is good, 7 is also good, 8 is good, 9 is good, 10 is good. Good to see you start to use the branch method. Okay, very good. 15, 15 is good. Okay, good. So once again, you managed to score full marks for your MCQ. So make sure be consistent. So keep it up. Next. Okay, what's wrong with this? The number of people in the hall when rounded to the nearest 3,000. So what is the smallest possible? Nearest 100. So this is 1,000. This is 100. So you round this. Okay. So you round it. Okay. Okay. So you are not. So unless the question is nearest 1,000, then your this is correct. Okay. But over here is 100. So that means you should not be looking at this. You should be looking at this. Okay. So this basically you should be looking at plus one to this. Okay. So when you plus one to this, so you have 29. Okay. So how to plus one? So this is 5. Okay, that's why you get this answer. Okay. Okay. Okay, so since we are talking about this smallest possible number, this question reminds me of this question. Let me use this PowerPoint. Let me draw a number scale out. So, okay. So, okay. So this is a number scale. So let's say this is 0. So this point is 0. And then this point is 0.7. And this is minus 0.5. Okay. So the question is, okay, what I want you to realize is, what if they ask you, so you have minus 1.2. Okay, so basically they ask you which number is nearest to 0. Okay, so a lot of students, right? A lot of students, or rather, I should say, how should you approach this question? Okay, so if they ask you for the number is nearest to 0, right? So basically you locate 0 first, and then you have to look both left and right. Okay, you have to look both left and right. Okay, a lot of students, they never consider one of the sides. Okay, so you have to make sure you look at both left and right. So for this is the difference is 0.5. For this side is 0.7. So therefore, this is the answer for this question. Okay, but what I'm trying to say is, next time when you ever encounter this type of question, right, nearest to 0, please consider both sides. Okay, a lot of students, they never consider the other side. Okay. So next, 18 is wrong. So Sarah bought 10 meters of lace. She cut the lace equally into smaller pieces. Each smaller piece was 0.4 meter long. So how many meter? So 10 divided by, how come you keep making this mistake? 10 divided by a fraction is 10 times you flip, okay? You flip this, okay? You flip this fraction up and down. And this is 5, and this is 1, and therefore it's 20. Okay? Okay. The answer should be 25, right? How come 40? Let me double check. 10 divided by, so it's times flip. Yeah, lor. Oh, the answer is 25. But okay, let me tell you, this mathematically you are wrong, you know. Mathematically, this is wrong. Why I say so? So please stop doing this. Okay, mathematically this is wrong. Why? Because mathematically you are supposed to end up with 5/5. So the answer is 1. So mathematically, if you just cancel like this, you are wrong. Okay, so stop doing it this way. Okay, start to do this way. The answer is 25. Okay. Water flow into an empty tank, so the tank was completely filled. Good. 23. 24. Good. Okay, what? Plus minus 1. Acceptable range. Okay. The solid below is formed by this. Good. Okay, paper 1 so far so good. Okay, so I just want to caution you once again. So next time when you do the divide type of question, okay, don't do this. Okay, mathematically you're wrong. You're not supposed to do this. So what you do is you flip it first. Flip this one upside down first, and then of course you need to change the sign to times. So once you flip it already, then you go and do the cancellation. So the answer is 3/2. So of course your answer has to be the simplest form. So it's either 1.5 or 1.5. Okay. So final answer must be in simplest form. Next. Good. Hey, what's wrong with this? So Mr. Tan paid this for 45 markers. So if markers was cheaper, how many more markers could he buy with the same amount of money? I thought this question is easy. So 126 divided by 45. So you get this 2.8. Please put it outside. Thank you so much. Yep, thanks. So marker was 80 cents cheaper. So that means instead of 2.8, so the marker is $2 now. So 126 divided by 2. So you get 63. So 63 compared to, how many more markers could he buy? So 63 compared to 45. Am I not right? So am I not right if I do it this way? I don't know why you do it this way. I thought you're supposed to do it this way. So you just find out if the marker costs $2, how many markers you get? So you will get 63. So you just compare your 63 to 45. And you get 18. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why you get is the answer 18? Can you let me check? Is the answer 18?
Yes.
Okay. I don't understand why you do it this way. Why you do it this way? Why you do it your way? I also don't understand your way actually. So don't do it this way. Okay, let's move on. Question 3, all correct or never mark? Can you let me check?
All correct.
Good. Question 4. Nice. Question 5, never mark. Why? Is it correct? 15? Is 15 correct? AEF. Can you help me check if 15 is correct? I think so lah. Because this is 45. Then of course, yeah, equilateral, so it's 60. So 60 minus 45. Okay. Simple. Question 6. Yep. Question 6 is about strategy. Okay. I think we practiced this question before. Okay. So what's the area of the shaded part? Okay. So shaded part, very simple. So first thing first, you get this. So you get this part first. Okay. So once you get this part, next is you need to figure out these two. Okay. So these two is nothing but, I think this is what is the radius actually? Did they tell you the radius? Or do you need to find the radius? So the radius is actually, okay, so the diameter is 6. So the radius of the circle is 3. So that means this is 3. This is also 3. So this is 3. Okay, so so basically this is 3, then this is 3. So 3 times half. That's triangle 1. So you just times 2, then you get 2 triangle 1. So this is the 2 triangle 1. Then you add with this part. Then you will get the area of the shaded part. Very simple. Okay, next. What's wrong with this? There is a room in each classroom for 40 tables. So how many more tables can be added to the classroom? So what's this? The graph below shows the number of tables. Let me make it smaller. Number of tables. So 35 tables. So this is, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 unit 1. So it's 26, 27. And this is, okay, in order to help me out, I use a straight line. Okay, 5, this is 10, then this is 15. So this is 15. So this is 16. Then this is what? This is 40, 39, 38. Okay, so there is room in each classroom for 40 tables. So 5 more, then 13 more, then 24 more, then 2 more. Then how many more tables can be added to the classroom? Then just add them up. So you have 18 plus 2, 20, 20 plus 24, 44, right? How come not correct? Did I miss out anything? What is the answer, by the way? Yeah, what's the answer?
44.
Yeah, no? So their answer is 44, your answer is also 44, so it's correct. Oh, okay. Okay, 9 is correct. 10 is also correct. This one, good. This one. Okay, this is about, let me see. Find the capacity. Transfer of water, basically. Question 12, good. Question 13, part B. What's wrong with this? This type of question. Do you have to do part B already? Or still don't know? This question is a very common type of question. Can you reattempt part B and see if you can get the correct answer this time around? Actually, I think once you get the 7/24, right? Once you get this right, I think you can actually find out what's the total already. So you take 84, you divide by, that means you do this. Okay, 12 times this 24. 12 times 24. So the total is 288. Find the sum of money shared. Is the answer not 288? How come you get 218? It should be 288, ma. Because 7/24 is 84. So you just take 84, divide by this fraction. So when you divide by this fraction, you flip it upside down. So just use your calculator, 288. Okay, this is a giveaway. This question is a giveaway. As soon as you get the part A correct, right? Part B is a giveaway for this question. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Question 14. This question, I think we talked about it last time already. You just see it this way. Good. It looks like we have practiced this paper before. Question 15. Not correct or what happened? Question 15.
Okay.
Not correct. Okay. So, okay, first thing first, do you know how to read this question or not? Do you know how to read this graph?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. So let's look at this question together. Let me get this question onto PowerPoint. Good. So let me get it. Let me get rid of this one. Okay, where's the image crop? Oh, yeah. So I park it side by side. All right. You are not there already. Don't know why. Oh, how come you reappeared again? Okay, so question 15. So it says the line graph show volume of water in tank A and tank B. Different capacity. So volume of water in tank A. So you start at 300 liter. Okay. Then after 5 minutes is 250. Then after 10 minutes, 200. So that means basically you know that every 5 minutes, the water is drained. Okay, the water is drained 50 liter. Drain out of the drain out of A. Okay. At then from here onwards, from 20 minutes onwards, then you start to see the water level rise. So this is called the first 20 minutes. Okay. Then after 20 minutes is Okay, 5 minutes from how much? From 100 to. So what is this point? Let me insert that. This one. Okay, good. So this point. Just look it up. No, too much. So wow, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 50. So you need to be very careful and you need to read. So this is 50, and this is 100. Then this is 150. I guess it's 160. Every 5 minutes, 60 liter. Let me double check. So another 5 minutes. So where you end up with? Wait. Can I ask, this line is drawn by you or by the question?
Me.
Oh, okay. So never mind. So first thing, so a tap was turned on to drain out water from tank A. After 20 minutes, the tap in tank A was turned off. So turn off. So a tap was then turned on for 10 minutes for water to flow into tank B at a constant rate and filling it to its brim. Then that means, okay, fill it to the brim. You know what it means? Fill it to the brim. That means this line, shouldn't, I mean, you should start from here, but it shouldn't end here. Okay? You know what's the meaning of fill it to the brim? That means full. Meaning what? This line should be start from this point straight up to 300. Okay, then you are correct. Okay, let me just make it thicker. Okay, Ken? So if you manage to do this, then you realize what? You realize within, that means after 20 minutes to 30 minutes, which is 10 minutes, the increase is from 100 to 300. So the increase is from 100 to 300, that is 200 liter into A. Okay, so you have completed this. You have completed this graph, and then do you need to draw anything for this, or this is drawn? Okay, this is drawn by you or by the question? Oh, okay, so by the question. Good. So basically what I see here is this. I assume there is a straight line here. Let me make it thicker. Okay, good. So let me count. So you have to be extra careful when you count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 150, 60, 70, 80. Okay, 180. So for tank B is the first 20 minutes. 180 liter, no change. Then after 20 minutes, start from 180 to what? What's this point? Okay, so let me once again draw a line to help me out. So should be 360. So this is 360. So from 180L to 360L in 10 minutes. So 10 minutes. you have 180 L increase. Okay, so that's how you interpret the two graphs. Okay, next. So what the question is asking? Complete the line graph, show the volume of water in 10B in the last 10 minutes. Let me see. The line graph shows a volume of 10 B, okay, with different capacity. At first, tank was completely filled with water, while tank B was half filled. Okay, half filled 180. So half filled is 180, so fully filled is 360. So correct, this one is correct, but this one is wrong. So you should to the brim. To the brim is this. Okay. Then part B. How much water is drained from the tap in tank A in 1 minute? 1 minute. So they are asking for this, the draining phase. That means the period water is drained out of A. So they ask for 1 minute. 5 minutes is 50 L. So 1 minute is 10. Okay. So the answer is 10. Next. So this is 10. How much more water flow from the tap in tank B as compared to the tap in tank A in 10 minutes? So how much more water flow from the tap in tank B? So basically, I think they asked for the rate of B compared to the rate of A, but in 10 minutes. So you have to figure out what's the rate of B first, and then you have to figure out what's the rate of A first. Then once you find the difference, you times 10 minutes. Then that's the water. Okay. So once again, this is the volume is equal to rate times the time. So this is the formula that is involved. Okay, but your answer is correct. What? 10? Of course not 10, 10 liter answer. So is it 80? Let's double check. So I think they are talking about the second phase, the after 20-minute phase. So for this one is 10 minutes is 200 liter. So 1 minute is 20 liter. Then this one is 10 minutes 180. So 1 minute is 18. So the difference between these two is 2 liter. So for 10 minutes, 20 lo. Okay. So for 10 minutes, 20. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So the answer is, so once you find the difference between the rate of B and A, then you times the 10 minutes. So answer is 20. Okay. Oh, I think this question is a very good question. Okay. Does it make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. Question 16. Good. Question 17. What's wrong? Let's see. An identical dress with the same usual price was sold, okay, at a sale. So shop B offered a 5% discount more than shop A. So offer 5% discount more than shop A. So Mei Ling bought the dress from shop B and paid $51. The purchase saved her $340 more as compared to this. Okay. So what was the usual price of the dress before the discount? Okay, so usual price, both 100%. same, same. So both start with 100%. And Shopee offer a 5% discount more than Shop A. 5% discount more than Shop A. So which means if Shop A is U, right? So the discount offered by B is 5% plus U, right? Am I right?
Yes.
So therefore, so let's say this is U percentage for A. So this will be U plus 5 bracket percent. Okay. Then Mei Ling bought the dress from Shop B and paid $51. So this will be 100 minus the U minus the 5. So you end up with 95 minus U percent. And this 95 minus U percent is $51. Okay. And the purchase saved her 340 more as compared to this. So basically this is 100 minus U percent. And if this is 50, so basically paid $51, so 340 more saved. So that means the person is paying $54.4 here. Yes. Am I right? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So therefore, I think you can find out the U already. So 100 minus U is actually 54.4. Okay, this is percent. Then 95 minus U percent is 51. Okay, so that's it. So you can actually make use of one of them to figure out what's U. Okay, so let me make use of this one. Oh, okay, maybe let's make use of two. So I have 95 minus U over 100 is equal to 51. Then this is so this is wait, no, sorry. So 10% is 51. Then this percent is 54.4. So let me double check. 2% is okay. I use 51 divided by 100 first. So 51 divided by 100, that is, that's how much? Hold on. So this percent is this. Okay, got it. So this is the original price. This is the original price. So basically you get a simultaneous equation. So you just have to solve the simultaneous equation. Okay. So you take T times this percent is this. So T So the answer is 68. So 60, let me see, 68 is the original price, is it? Okay, so let me just get this question to the PowerPoint, so it makes my life easier. Okay. So T equals to 68. Let me see. So what I'm going to do is 54.4 divided by 68. Let me find out the percentage. Okay, so it's 0.8. So 0.8 is 80%. So the U is actually 20. So here is 95 minus 20, so it's 75. So 68 times 0.75. If I get 51. Yep, correct. So that's how you get it. So basically, you just solve this simultaneous equation. Okay, you solve these simultaneous equations. Do you know how to solve this simultaneous equation?
Press the calculator.
Actually, you don't have to. Actually, you can do this. Actually, don't need to press the calculator. What you can do is this. You just take the 1, or you can take the 2, divide by the 1. So what you have is 2 divided by equation 2 divided by equation 1. So the left hand side, okay, this is called the left hand side, the equal sign, and this is called the right hand side. So the right hand side, okay, this is right hand side, this is left hand side. So once you take the equation 2 divided by the equation 1, so your left hand side, what you have is you have this part, So you have T times the 95 minus U percent over T times 100 minus U percent equal. So your left hand side is done. Now you do the right hand side. The right hand side is 51 over 54.4. So I hope you can see that you have this common T, so you can get rid of the T. Then you have the percentage which is common, get rid of it. Okay, so now you basically you end up with this 95 minus U over 100 minus U equals to 51 over 54.4. So this is the part where a lot of students, they get stuck. Actually, you shouldn't get stuck. Let me tell you why. Okay, so you end up with here after you do all the simplification. Thank you. So a lot of students, they get stuck, okay, at this stage. Actually, you don't need to get stuck, because you should see that 51 divided by 54.4 is actually a value. So you just continue to solve it. So 51 divided by 54.4. So you just get this value, 51 divided by 54.4. So you basically end up with 0.9375. So once you get this right, I hope you can see that you can see it as this. 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. What I'm trying to say is this one is your 6. Okay? Then this is your 2. Then of course, this one is your 3. So how do you get your 6 here? So 6 is actually equals to your 3 times 2. So similarly, your 95 minus U is actually equals to your 0.9375 times your this 100 minus U. And then from this, you can figure out your U. Let me continue. So from here onwards is all math. Okay, you just solve math. So the first arrow I get this, and the second arrow get this. Okay, then the next step, of course, you go ahead and do this. So you end up with 1.25. Then this one is, let me use a calculator. This one -1. Okay, 0.06. Let me double check. 0.0625. So U is equal to 1.25 divided by that. So 1.25 divided by 0.0. 20. So U equals 20. So once you get your U, then you can get your T. Because U is 20%. Yeah, U is 20. Okay, so does it make sense to you now? How you can solve this question?
Yes.
Okay, so I think the important step is what? The important step is to figure out this equation 1 and then equation 2. Okay, then the next step, right? The next step is how you can simplify your this into this. So what you can do is you can use the equation 2 divided by the equation 1. So once you do this, your left hand side and then the right hand side. So by the way, in fact, for this question, I'm actually teaching you a technique. Okay, this one is called a technique. This is called a technique. This is another technique to solve simultaneous equation. Let me show you what you have learned so far for simultaneous equation. So what we have been doing is this. So you have equation 1, equation 2. So these two are simultaneous equation. So what you do here is this. So what you do here is this. You will say, oh, let me take 1 plus 2. That means equation 1 plus equation 2. So when you plus, this is called your left hand side. Then you have an equal sign. And then this is your right hand side. Okay. So your left hand side, if you add, basically if you add your left hand side together, right? Because you say add ma. So your left hand side you add together, you end up with this, you add, you get 3x. These two you add together, you get 0. So left hand side done. And then now equal sign. Right hand side, if you add 2 plus 3 is 5. So x is equal to 5 over 3. Of course, if you want to leave it in a mixed number, is this. Okay, so this is your x. So once you get your x, you sub it into this. So you sub it into, so 5 over 3, I sub it into this one. So plus my y is equal to 2. So with this, then you will see that y equals to actually 1/3. Okay, so this is one technique. This is one technique to solve simultaneous equations. Technique. What you use plus. Okay, use plus. Okay, but what I have here is I cannot use plus. Let me show you why I cannot use plus. Okay, in this case, you cannot use plus. Let me show you why. If you use plus, that means this is your left hand side, this is your right hand side. So left hand side, if you plus them together, you will end up with a very complicated stuff, which doesn't help you at all. So left hand side done. Add the right hand side together is 54.4 plus the 51. I hope you see that this one can be evaluated using a calculator, but however, this part is still very complicated. Okay, so if plus doesn't help, minus also doesn't help. Okay, Minus also doesn't help. You can check it out yourself. Minus also doesn't help. The right hand side is simpler, but the left hand side is still very complicated. You use plus, the left hand side is complicated. Use minus, the left hand side is also complicated. That's the reason why I don't use plus. I also don't use minus. I use divide. Okay, so I use divide. I end up with this. So this is the left hand side. I divide. So left hand side done. So the right hand side is this. Okay, so once I use divide, right? Oh, things looks very good because I can cancel this. Okay, so if I can cancel this, right? Basically, this whole thing. Okay, this whole thing is this part is this part. So once you get to this part, then that means you basically just solve it mathematically. Okay, so I hope today I have taught you you can actually use this technique. You can use this technique here, divide. So when you divide the left hand side and you divide the right hand side as well. Here, you divide the left hand side, you divide the right hand side. Okay, so this means what? This means when you solve simultaneous equation, let's say you have simultaneous equation, next time you can actually use 1 plus 2, or you can also use 1 minus 2, or you can even use 1 times 2. You can also use 1 divide by 2. Which one you use, it really depends which one helps you simplify. You understand? You understand?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So like I say, if you cannot form this equation, okay, if you cannot form this equation, okay, then you cannot solve the question. But if you can form this equation and you don't know how to solve, so let's say this is a 4-mark question, you don't know how to solve, but you're able to get this part, you get 2 out of 4. But if you continue to solve it, if you can reach this step, okay, and then simplify further, then you get 3 out of 4. Okay, so yeah, probably we can stop here for today. Okay, so next lesson onwards, so we will wait for the news. So if the tuition center is open for face-to-face, then I will see you in your house in our next lesson. Okay, if not, just continue to have this online lesson before they allow face-to-face. Okay.
Okay.
So the next lesson, right, I'm going to give you a few, that means during the lesson, I'm going to just give you a few simultaneous equation problem to solve. Let you test, or let you experience some of the techniques here to solve simultaneous equations. All right.
All right.
Okay, good. So I think today we have completed a lot of work. So once again, thank you very much for your effort and your mom's effort.
Thank you.
Okay, if there is no question, then we wait for the news. So see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.